Yes,
You can edit.
your character is Levin,
Yes, Levin, the gangster.
the gangster. I have the idea that he's the leader of a small gang.
Yeah,
Hmm?
something like that. I don't know if it's gang or pirates. It depends on the setting. What's better.
Yeah, I guess also depending on the situation where they need to be. So
Yeah, they've probably done some
yeah.
pirating.
Yes, so you have your little gang, and this is placed. We have the big city nearby, which is Goldstain,
Okay.
and that is the big that that is literally the city that's attracting all the light from rest of the cities around nearby.
Oh shit.
All other cities around is pretty shitty. It's lots of dusky things doing there, and lots of shady things in general in
Yeah.
in these small cities around. And
Hmm.
your gang is set in a small town called Foulheim, and just as its
Oh,
name, it is pretty foul.
all right.
It's nothing particular. I mean, there's rival gangs, bigger and small. Some fight for the idea of ruling the place. Others just ignore that. They don't give a fuck about who's leading the town and
Um,
all that. Some just
Levin
want to
is more
survive.
about like adventure, so he probably takes his gang out
Yeah,
on the fields to like rob caravans and shit.
yeah, okay,
He probably caused a lot of trouble
yeah.
for Goldstain.
That I can definitely imagine. Also, Levin is not the most popular among the bigger fishes in Foulheim because of that. Because
Too bad, I guess.
because they see you as a threat because you don't follow their rules, and then again, you all are bandits, so there are no rules. More
Yeah, I
unwritten ones.
mean, he lets pretty much anyone into his gang also, so
Yeah,
he probably has like the most misfit idiots in his
yeah.
gang.
Uh, Talking about your gang, you do have a little set of different characters of all sorts of colors and sizes. Uh,
Nice.
yes, one of your oldest one is Conrad Fluff, and
Conrad Fluff.
yeah, you might remember the name Conrad Feud.
Oh yes,
uh,
I fucking knew that.
yeah, though this is a little bit of middle-aged gnome.
Okay.
His hair is though very well, as his name, fluffy, and
Mm.
he is a mechanic at trade. However, because of some misplaced bit of money, failed business, he kind
Yeah.
of fell back, and you picked him up because is there anyone that can pick apart a trap or anything mechanic? It's
Hmm.
Conrad.
Nice.
Though you do know that he have a tendency to lie quite a bit, things like that.
It's fine. Everyone lies once in
Yeah,
a while.
pretty much. Another one that is part of your core group is Cobra.
Cobra.
Yes, he have a very cool name,
Sounds
and
like an edgy dude.
well, you could say so. He is a ranger by class,
Hmm.
so to speak, but he's more a ruffian. Rather tough guy, as his name is, edgy as hell. He is one of these people that he seemed pretty arrogant.
Mm.
He always putting his skills way above others. That
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he is the fucking cake. And
Mm.
then you have Big Mama.
Oh, nice.
It's a dwarf that is well, she's oddly enough in this group, considering that she could easily be part of something else and not being part of a group of thugs. But she is in trade an alchemist and healer that
Mm.
might have poisoned one or two nobles in the past, so that is why people have taken kind of distance towards her. However,
Probably deserved it.
yeah, she is an incredibly friendly person, so it is most likely that these people did deserve it. They had probably done something horrible, and she kind of gave it back.
Yeah.
And ironically, she is probably one of the strongest as well, because she is really big mass of muscle, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then we have and then we have the true, I guess we're gonna say, brain. Well, rather no brain and lots of brawn, which is Marak.
Marak.
Marak. If you throw it over, you might recognize the name.
Oh, okay.
He's an orc that is incredible talkative. He's an idiot, but he's a nice idiot, and he do his job. He eats a lot. He punch and things like that. And the other two that is a bit more remarkable to mention in your little gang is Emerald Farcoat, and a very ambitious thief. She have the setting of she usually talking about being a queen, being a noble, and things like that. That she's not set with this kind of life. That yeah, she still though she is a damn good thief. So
Nice.
yeah, so she is incredibly good at it. But she is also talking about her dream of being I want to be rich, married and noble, and become queen, and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, everyone can, cut loose and have some fun before they go to become adults.
And then last is Henry Dark. He is an rather philosophical warlock with a twisted kind of humor. He can be very philosophical as he summon a demon, or, well, almost a demon. He have done a couple of attempts, which is why he's not allowed into Goldstein or any other place with more than 10 people in it. Because they... Yeah, he have made quite a name of himself, and he is very lively when taking, like, human sacrifice and things like that. I mean, he considers...
Hey, demons are radical.
Yeah, I mean, he do it for a greater cause. His cause.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, that is...
Would be cool to see one.
Yes, so that they are all pretty much the big core. Then you have some more like how can I say contacts and things like that that is spread around a little bit everywhere. And that is of course a very strong tool and weapon is contacts and
obviously.
Yeah.
The world here, is it a bit more like steampunky, I guess? Like,
yeah,
because
it is.
Conrad, for example, is a mechanic, so it feels like, do they have like cars and stuff?
Not all really cars. There is, I guess, something similar to it. I guess it is, as you say, it's very steampunkish world, fantasy steampunk.
Because because I thought I kind of recognize the names a bit from Fate in 13. I think.
Yeah, some of the names actually.
Yeah. So I thought maybe it was in the same world.
Yeah, it's I actually taken a lot of inspiration from Fate in 13 with the steampunk and things like that. So vehicles do exist like cars and all that. However, they are incredibly rare, and it's pretty much a rule set by the rulers that only nobles are allowed to have these fancy things. Anyone else, it's pretty harsh punishment. Like
so you basically have to steal shit. They're basically forced.
And of course they feel that like, man, this is awful. That is why pretty much all the cities around Goldstein is pretty fucked up in that sense, because in a sense you can almost say it's similar to Magara in that sense. It's not as degraded in the dirt, so to speak, as in Magara, but it's not far off, and people are struggling very much and hard to even get food on the table, and and these people in Goldstein living behind their big walls, and they don't have much to do with your kinds.
No.
And so and one of the leading gangs in Foulheim is the Devil Whiskey Gang.
The Devil Whiskey Gang.
Yeah. They are probably one of the most vicious and probably one of the most, for your case, boring kind of gang, because they are just incredibly violent and so.
I wish I would have come up with that name before they did, though. Fuck. Okay, I need to beat them up and take them.
Yeah. This entire adventure will be Levin trying to get a cooler name.
What's even our gang? I don't think we even have a gang. Levin probably changes the gang name every week.
Yeah. It depends on the mood of Big Mama. She has, today we are Flapperjacks.
What? That's not cool or intimidating.
Oh yeah, but yes, and you and your gang survive by the day by doing all of these foul jobs, either plundering caravans, which have become the latest 5 years have become incredible hard to do, because you could say that they have resources set to these wagons and caravans right now, and
good thing I know magic.
yeah, and that is also one thing that, for example, I guess gonna see here. Conrad, for example, with his mechanic, no one can break in and take one of these things apart. He have very good knowledge about it, and all of these things, everyone have a big part of doing this. And that is also why Devil Whiskey Gang is not, well, especially their leader, Trucks, he really, really hates you. Because you're one of the few that seemingly, now you may be exaggerated a bit that you do it so easily, but he sees like a finger in his eye that you're doing that so easy, while his gang struggles, because pure violence doesn't really work against these caravans anymore, and he's not happy with that. And go cry me a river. But yeah, and there is rumors about, because within about a month there will be the Golden Melon Run, the biggest event of the year, and I can say this: if you can make a hit and really get in there, you could probably be set for life in among things you could steal, and gold and jewelry and everything. And not only that, I mean, you have been able to get into Goldstein. Well, obviously you can do that, but it's easy to be snuffed out because of their guard system and all they have. However, you have seen that there is lots of riches in there, just waiting for the taking. The problem is to be able to get in there and get it out as well, so to speak, because they are very tight with security there. And especially if they have seen your face. I'm not sure if Levin is very careful not to reveal his face, or
no, I mean, he probably wears like, you know, bandana,
yeah,
like, because he has kind of a cowboy style theme, but he probably has been revealed several times. Also, he likes the fame, kind of.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So,
then they probably do know him, and
yeah,
I just imagine him like Flynn Rider in Tangled, that he's like, they don't get my nose right. Damn it! Every single time, my fucking nose. But yes, you have your little layout. You can decide yourself how that layout will be.
It's probably like on the outskirts of Foulheim town. Probably like an old barn or something that they have. They have like reinforced it a bit. Probably they probably have cleared out quite a bit in like the bottom floor, so that Conrad can work with his mechanic stuff down there. So it's almost like a big like car repair shop or something down there. And like on the upper floor, they probably have the living quarters where they like chill out. They probably have built some like reinforcements around it a bit, like it's like their little fort almost.
Okay, but yeah, that sounds actually very good. And considering, for example, Conrad, it's easy for you to make up the door systems and things like that. A very good defensive hole, pretty much.
Yeah.
As well, I'm gonna see. Yes, there is an old. It was by accident that Henry Dark, he was on one of his little escapades about a year ago, where he tried to. He said he wasn't. He said he was summoning a little pony,
Yeah.
But we have other things saying otherwise, and it ended up with a huge explosion in that rip up the ground, and it shows that after you and the gang had checked it out, it actually is a sewer down there that leads into Goldstein and Faulheim.
Oh shit!
And from what you know, does probably no one even know about it because it's very, very old. Big Mama, the dwarf, she had climbed down and checked out some of these runes that is dwarven, but she could barely read them, so that she assumed that they are probably about 1,000 to 2,000 year old sewers.
Holy shit!
So they probably belonged to way back before even Goldstein existed as it is today. And that is and after that, did you group, especially Conrad, made a little like a secret hatch that you can get down in case you need to escape, or perfect ways to get in and out.
They probably use it for like actually, if they can, they have probably dug like secret hatches out on the like between Goldstein and Faulheim, so that if they rob something, they can just run, disappear.
That is
down in there, and they just run back. So they're probably known for like vanishing after they've done their thing.
The Vanisher Gang. Oh no, I didn't see them come. Oh, literally. But yes, so that is one of the things you and your gang has as an upper hand compared to many others. And that is why many feel frustrated, like, how can they just vanish? It's impossible.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of mysterious. People have become a little bit more talkative when it comes to Levin, that is he some sort of crazy magician? Well, they do know. Flinging magic he do, but yeah. And the problem have been, though, that these special Devil Whiskey Gang have been once in a while now been pounding on the door, demanding to see you. And either maybe Levin had not been there, or he just ignored them for a while. But they have become more and more impatient with you. And this is one of these mornings when you hear it, or some real, I mean, it's like a big fucking battering ram is outside there smacking the door like, Levin, are you there? You just hear this roar, and you instantly recognize that voice as Ertem, one of Devil Whiskey Gang's higher ups, and half-orc with he might, I just say might, be smarter than Marak, but that is barely. He's pretty much also the classic but, and you hear him like smacking like, open up.
He's probably passed out on like an old couch or something.
Yeah.
And he like lifts his hat a bit like,
and you see,
God, is that you?
and you see Conrad. Should I let him in, or what should we do? He's annoying as fuck.
Why? No, does he know the password?
Wait, I gotta check. You see Conrad go to the door, like open up a little hatchet way down, pretty much at the knees of Ertem, like, do you know the password? Fish bones. That was yesterday's password. Click.
Sorry, no password, no entry.
No, that was the boss password. And you hear Conrad easily scratch it down. Well, he's an idiot. We're gonna use him. Boss gotta be angry if I can't talk with them. You almost hear Ertem crying outside because he's pretty much getting it. And there's nothing more awful than hearing an orc crying. Okay,
he walks out and walks up to the like gate and opens a little hatch with him.
See, you see him crouching. See, you see his big face, big round nose, baits. And Oh, Tusk. Oh yeah, thanks.
If you're gonna cry, go cry like somewhere else. Fuck off.
Can I cry at your place?
No.
Why not?
We're not wussies. We're no crying allowed in the exploding goat gang. No, that's okay. No, we're not
Exploding goat gang.
Shut up. That's not us. We're the lone wolf destruction hell gang. Whatever. No crying.
My mama threw me away.
I would have also thrown you away. Oh god. Okay, fine. What do you want?
My boss Trox wants to speak with you about stuff.
He always wants to speak, I reckon, but I always tell him if he wants to take me out, he needs to buy me a drink and some flowers like everyone else. And then he shuts. I'll keep him thinking for a while. Do we have any breakfast?
Yeah.
Conrad, do we have breakfast?
I just see Big Mama standing there at the kitchen.
Yeah, come here, boy. We got some breakfast down here ready.
She's
nice.
Made some weird stew of mostly fresh potatoes. Some might be a little bit more, but she usually peel that off like
nice.
A little bit of potatoes.
At least she bothers.
Yeah. And of course she is very good with herbs and all that, so she tend to be able to mask all the bad stuff. So even if it would be poison, it would taste good. So
that's nice.
At least if you know that if you be poisoned by her, you at least know it tastes good.
Die eating good food.
Yeah. And it's pretty lively. I mean, when you get around the table and, for example, Cobra is for most of the time he's having his hood down and he's playing with a coin between his fingers and trying to not be part of the gang, even if he is, because he feels like
he's like in the corner.
Yeah, like, he's very good at the emo stuff there, and and of course you hear Marak eating like a freaking horse, like this is super good. You barely hear because he spit half of it out like.
Whoa! Don't aim at me.
And you see Conrad that sits beside him have learned way back that he actually sitting with a face guard like protecting from it like
a welder.
Yeah, pretty much a welder's mask, like protection from all the spit and food. And you all have a good time eating, and it's then suddenly you hear about 20 minutes after you had sent Ertem away, you hear a sounding. Are you hearing another boom, 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 boom?
What is it now?
Yeah, but you just hear the smacking continue. You hear Henry. You see Henry.
Nobody get up. I got this one. Everyone enjoy your breakfast.
But my philosophy is, you see Henry, he have a big thick beard. He usually say that he hates it and wants it removed, but his beard grows so fucking fast, so he just accept it as it is, like, I'm a lucky man. But my philosophy is that those that stand at the door knocking can be sacrificed for the greater good. In my case, well, something fun. So I was thinking, after breakfast, I'm gonna have a talk with this guy.
But I'm gonna have a talk with him right now.
Ah, snap.
I bet you can't summon anything real cool with the soul of Truck's Devil Whiskey Gang, son, or whatever.
Well, I mean, Devil Whiskey, and we may get a drunk demon. That would be something.
Oh man, do you think partying with demons is?
Dude, it would be so fucking cool. I just can see that now. Damn it, I need to write that down.
Okay, you just think about that. I'm going back. He goes away to the door.
You see Ertem stands there with a big bush he pretty much have ripped up from the ground, like flowers from bush.
Huh.
Well,
It's become self-aware, huh?
Oh no, no, my the flower don't understand.
No, okay, wait, okay, fine. Yeah, fuck, stay there.
Okay.
He goes, and then after a while comes back and he opens the door and he hands out like a bowl of food. There you go. Sit down and eat. Have an eat.
Okay. You see, he pretty much put the entire bowl in his mouth.
I stole that bowl anyway.
Probably stolen from his gang anyway. Oh wait, I remember this taste. I recognize the taste.
So, you reckon he corrects his hat a bit and like he has like a duster. He's like covered in good luck charms and stuff. He has like necklaces, he has like bracelets, everything. Like everything from rabbit's feet to like coins and like all manner of shit. He probably has some like on his hat as well.
Yeah, he is one to believe in the lady luck.
Well, yeah, considering how his magic works, he's like...
Yeah. Oh, praise. Oh, for goodness. Oh, yes.
So he's like, well, can you tell me what the hell your boss wants from me, maybe?
I don't know. I just know he's wanted to talk with you.
Well, you go back and tell him that if he wants to talk to me, he bring his fucking mouth over here and he do the talking himself.
You see as he spit out the bowl.
You can't be sending half a brain and 2 feet.
Well, you see him spitting out the bowl that hits Conrad in the head behind you, like... like well, flying projectile. Luckily, he has a helmet on.
Nice.
But you see Ertem like... okay, I guess I gotta do
that. That's a good boy.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. Don't let anyone say anything mean to you on your way back.
Yes, Pa. You see Emerald. She leaning back, having a toothpick in her mouth, cleaning her teeth a little bit. Like, man, that guy is dumb as a stump.
I don't know.
How did he?
Have I ever met? How does he know how to walk, man?
I'm actually surprised he knows how to breathe.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Marek, it's almost like you. You see Marek like, oh, yeah, what? You have no idea what's going on. He's pretty much living in the moment. You could taunt him 1 second, the next second he forgot it because it's in the past.
Okay, gang, get around before the other people show up here. I had a stroke of inspiration. Lady Luck.
Yeah, you see, they get her up. Conrad like finally waking up after getting a bowl in the head, like, ouch. Yeah. See, and take his off the protection gear and like sets down
it's
the
not
table.
So bad. It's just 2 or 3 black eyes.
Yeah, luckily I have so many eyes.
Yeah, you should build some more, I guess. Okay, guys, listen to me. Okay, we are going up in the world. We're moving up from robbing caravans and beating up thugs and whatever. We are going to be in the Golden Melon Run.
You see, pretty much is dead quiet, and Marek like, Melon's running.
I know. Well, okay,
it's so cool. Me like that.
Okay, y'all. I know what you're thinking, but Levin, we can't even get into the Golden Melon Run. We don't have the money. It's easy. We get someone to sponsor us.
You see Henrik like leaning back a little bit, like, sponsor us. I mean, not that I like to talk shit about us, but you know, we're not pretty much the fancy boys that get to do all of that cool stuff. No. You know, only the biggest and richest houses, and I mean, they have clean clothes, clean underwear.
Yeah. But you know what we do have?
Not clean underwear.
Hands. We can take their shit, and then we say, we'll give it to you back to y'all if you just let us do the Golden Melon Run with y'all.
You see Henry vanish into deep thoughts. Cobra, you hear Cobra for the first time of the day, which is usually he talks about 2 or 3 words per week. And no.
What do you mean no?
You'll see him like shaking his head. He's trying really hard to keep his coolness up. He apparently he'd been through some trauma as a kid that making him feel that if he's not cool, he's not worthy. So yeah.
I mean, of course, you're way too like important for this one. You don't have to do this one. You can stay around and guard the place or something. We need someone to keep this place safe, for God's sake.
Yeah, you see Emerald like. Yeah, I mean, as soon as you mentioned the Golden Run, her eyes was already glowing because you're playing on her violin.
Okay, listen to me. The Golden Melon Run. Okay, I actually don't know if we have to run or whatever, but we've never been people to play fair. Conrad, we could like get shit so we can build a vehicle. We could roll across the desert. Big Mama, you could see the look on those nobles' faces when we win the title and take their stuff. Marek, we probably get to fight people. Emerald. Remember what the Golden Melon Run started with? Money.
Money and
Henry, you know you want to come.
You know me too well, damn it.
Yes,
seriously. And in a one fell swoop, you pretty much felled everyone to your cause. As per usual, Levin has his words of magic.
20 charisma.
20 charisma, yes. And of course, it does help as well that you know them so well, what make them tick. That they are real onto it. And the thing is also that the thought of this, as you mentioned, is so absurd that it might as well actually work, because no one would ever expect that. And
it's so crazy.
It's so crazy. And all of this interrupts suddenly of another large bang on the door.
And there we are.
But this time, you hear the door cracks.
Okay, guys. No guns out, but guns at the ready.
Yeah, you see everyone is taking aware, because it's few that have that kind of strength to cause damage to a metal door like that. And
well, Levin kind of walks up and stands by the door and is like, don't have to break it, you know, you can just knock politely.
Open up the door, you little twig, before I break both the door and you. And you hear a very annoyed voice.
Well, do you know the password? Hint, it's not fishbone, by the way.
You can almost hear someone turning and glaring at a certain orc that is like, soon you just hear like, it almost sounds like an engine, and you recognize that is the devil's arm. And take cover, because suddenly the door cracks open, it's splinters flying. The door crashing into some of Conrad's stuff and benches.
Come on, that's like the 4th one.
And you see Trux, the leader of the Devil Gang Whiskey. He's standing there. His right arm is mechanical. It's very steampunky, with almost like a car engine as a shoulder. He's very tall, almost abnormal. And the way he looks at you is rather pissed off. And you see the engine on the shoulder stop for a moment. It's going down on very low engine, so to speak. And he walks in. That you have the audacity to call me over like this when I'm the one that wants to speak with you.
No, that's just common decency, my friend. If you want to speak to someone, you walk over to them door and you knock polite. That's what my mama told me if I had one, so.
The problem is that you are not my friend. He's walking in there like he owns the place, and you could you do know very well, and most as well the others in your gang, except possible Marek, that In a pure fight like this, Trux is pretty much unstoppable.
Yeah.
So that is why he have gotten so far where few other thugs have been able to.
Yeah.
So, and of course he do know the rules that if he go and kills everyone or anything like that, of course there won't be anyone to rule over. So he trying at least sometimes to not kill people, though he can feel quite annoyed as he do now. And he just walks in there. He looks at the table with some bowls left of the breakfast and simply lift it and flip it over. And it hit Marek in the head as he sits there like an idiot. Like, bonk. Hey.
Hey, no, there's no need for that now. Just tell me what the fuck you want.
I want to know about the secret tunnel.
What secret tunnel?
I heard about your little adventures, how you just vanish in the thin air. And there is no such thing as that. Not
Hey,
even...
man, if you want to know about my secret tunnel, you better bring me some chocolate. And roses.
Why I haven't killed you already is actually beyond
Because
me.
you find me so fucking lovely. Now get out of my place.
No, I'm not done here until you tell me about that tunnel. I've heard rumors and legends about old dwarf keeps underground. And I'm pretty sure you're sitting on one of those.
Yeah, why don't you use your big old arm to dig one or something? If you want to have a mud castle, go ahead. But not on my fucking land.
These lands doesn't belong to you, rodent.
It does. My name is on every wall. I made sure of it. Not that I can spell, but I think that. Right, Mama? That's us, Levin, right? No?
I see Big Mama. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 11.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
See?
I can't read either, so
Now,
hey.
listen, we've been respectful about your place. I haven't walked into your place and flipped your tables over, drank your flower water or whatever. So, like, we need to have some decency here. We need to be gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Like our mamas told us if we had mamas, you know?
We are the lowest of the lowest. But even among the lowest, I stand the tallest. I will give you...
insult himself and commit himself? What does he do?
You see his fuse is very short at this point, and yeah, he's rather pissed at you right now. And he turns around, walks out, and looks at Ertem. Ertem, go and have fun in there. Just be sure to not kill Levin. The other one I don't really give a fuck about anymore. Okay, boy. Okay. You see, Ertem enters. This big ass orc. He looks more like a pig than actually an orc, so probably one of his parents was a pig of some sort. And you have a big ass fucking club where he actually yanked small like daggers and swords into it as spikes, and he's like, yeah, he looks biff as fuck. He's strong as hell, but that's to it as well. And he swinging his club right into the ground. And it's really, you see dust. And you do know that, of course, in the ground, hidden under a thin layer of dirt, and a little bit of magic to weaving it in and make it a little bit more stealthed, is, of course, the hatchet to the tunnels. And,
he walks up to him kind of like, okay, all right. Like, he takes out some dice out of his, one of his pockets. Like, okay, you get here, you take 2 of these. There you go, I have 2 here. Okay, so the game is simple. Whoever rolls highest wins, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You roll 1, 2, 3, roll.
Oh. You see, he rolls, and he rolls...
Ah, double 5s, a 10 for me.
You see, he rolled 2 6s. However, he doesn't know how to count. So,
Oh, that's 12. You win.
You see him standing there, right? Taking one of the pillars and.
No. Hey, wait. Come down with that one. If you break that one, we're not going to be able to play more dice.
Oh, you see,
sit down. Come on.
You see, he carefully cracks it back. So
that's good. We'll fix that later.
Yeah.
Sit down. Come on. Maybe. Come on. This is a dice party. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Because the boss said to have fun, right? Yeah.
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 He did.
This is fun, right? Yeah.
Oh, and you see him. He's completely entertained by the dice and all that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to play some dice with him and then be like, I'll give him some prizes or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
I mean.
Oh wow! Here's the old car tire.
Or here's a rock of Galgamoth.
Yeah, and we painted it. It's cool. And then it's like, okay, see you, bye bye.
Yeah, and see he's going out there so freaking happy.
Yeah.
Probably happiest he ever been, and you almost just hear trucks. And yeah, I mean, usually when
okay, guys, we need to get out of here.
Because
the tunnel.
because one thing is because that is the way. One reason why trucks hate you so much is because you don't act as other thugs. Other thugs would have fight at them, and of course, at them would win because brute strength. No one or very few beats him. But you don't play by those rules. You play like you literally playing them, and instead you're making friends with him, and that is not acceptable.
Well,
not by
he's a
trucks.
cool guy. He's just a little stupid.
Yeah, and yeah, you hear the engine again, and now you know that shit is going down.
It's clobbering. Okay, guys, we need to. Okay, shit, we need to get out of here. Get in the tunnel. Okay, I hate to say this, but Conrad.
Yeah.
Collapse the house.
Oh.
I know. We'll rebuild it when we come back. Okay.
Oh well, it's not the first time.
I know. Melon Run squad out.
Yes. You see, Marek goes to the hatchet and open it up.
Yeah.
And everyone jumps down. And last is Conrad that pulls a string as he jumps down, and it pulls from one little thing leads to another, and suddenly it's like a house of cards. It just collapses, and above in the surface, do you hear an inhumane roar as trucks, pissed off, yells at probably the sky at this point. You probably hear, "Oh, damn you, Levin!" And yes, and now you're down in the tunnels, way below, and being you of course are set up so there is torches, there is a little bit of supplies in case, some of Big Mama's old stews in glass jars that you can have. Some simple stuffs. And
when we come down there, he snaps his fingers and some of the torches around
you see it, the round lights up. Most of this there's no sewer water here anymore, so it have dried up way back. You see though, it's from as you go down, and you know the sides of the sewers is about 2 meters broad. Then it's the canal where all this liquid water and all that shit went, and it was about almost 3 meters deep. So it was a huge freaking canal. So yeah, it was probably the main sewer system in the entire area probably. But as it is, it have dried up. It probably been blocked at different points, and since they build new ones, so the thing is that probably makes this even harder to find is because a newer system is built a bit above this. So you probably by accident had entered a little bit where it had turned in different angle. Just a perfect moment of lady luck.
Nice.
So yeah, and of course that's yours. Yeah.
As I said, we're probably camping out for a while, so
yeah.
until it dies down.
Yeah, you see Marek like Marek like, oh, but I like camping is fun with
Me
friends.
too.
Yeah. You see,
Okay, you can carry the food.
you see, he pretty much carry everything on his back.
Yeah.
He
Okay,
compensated.
yeah, sure. Yeah.
He compensated his stupidity with pure strength, pretty much as Ertem. There is rumors, pretty much that Levin made up himself that they are related.
I mean, they might.
They might be actually. Who knows? I mean, they pretty damn sure don't know anything, anyways. So yes, your group started moving. Which direction do you go, towards Goldstein or Faulheim?
Towards Goldstein. But we're gonna get out of there probably like halfway.
Yeah.
You know, like one of our exits that we've created. And then we're just gonna probably lay an ambush for the next
caravan
thing to rob. A caravan or a cart with rich people or whatever.
Okay. You walk in. You take about 2 hours before you reach one of the first checkpoints, and it's quite a bit from the rest of the. I was gonna say, from the base, so to speak.
Yeah.
When you get up there, this hatchet is not so big, and it's been hidden between rocks.
Yeah.
So it was seemingly that when these were built, these were pretty much for shaking up the sewer systems and all that. And they had been hidden mainly probably because they wanted it to be, not seen. And of course, it doesn't look good if you see like, oh, there is sewer station number 3. So probably they didn't want to do that. So, but it just suit you and your group very well. And so it's quite a bit rocky around you, big cliffs sticking out, and your entire group gets up. It's about 12 o'clock, something like that, since you just had your breakfast before trucks ruined it. And man, and about 100 meters away is the Golden Road, as it's called, which is the main road between Goldstein to Crownfell, which is the main city, the capital city here, and it's the only city that is outshining Goldstein, so to speak. They usually do say that Goldstein, and there is a few other cities like this, not many, there are about 5 cities, that is like the oasis of the Varan Empire, like the rest is like crumble, but in these places they can live, prosper, and of course that depends if you have money or not. If you don't have that, oh, too bad, out with you.
Well, we're about to.
Yeah, and you see this road, Golden Road as it's called, it's not that it's golden, but the bricks used in it have very golden shine to it. It's rather yellow shine to it, but when the sun and the moon strikes on it, it really do looks gold, and it's become famous for it, and it's very well maintained. With they go wagons every month to check up, so there's no broken bricks or anything like that, or the lampposts is okay and everything like that. As well as there always patrols, obviously, and that is one of the things that it can be a little bit tricky, but you have had your chances to get at times the shadows of when the patrols walk by.
Nice.
Maybe you probably had some contacts within. You're getting a little bit that the patrol gonna be there at that time, and those patrols is definitely best to avoid because they are many and they are well trained and well equipped. So, and you see Conrad as the little guy he climbs up on one of the rocks, lay low. You have a grayish cape that he puts on that blends very well with the rock, and you see him picking up a little binocular and scanning the area, watching out over the road as well. And
I know he'll do a good job, but Cobra, and like Cobra, to use your sharp eyes to keep a look on the road.
As you see him nods, and quietly, seriously, he is it's almost scary sometimes when he moves, because when he puts into it, he really makes it. You don't even hear his clothes flutter in the wind and things like that. And he moves up nearby, a little bit at the side from Conrad to keep an eye out. And you see Merrick sits down and he picks up his ration and starts to eat it because he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's just as well like, so guys, do we have all our weapons? Everyone ready?
Yeah, you see Henry, but well, I guess we got everything we needed. I mean, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm just joking. Oh. Yeah, we got our weapons and wits with us.
I was just wondering because this is kind of like so.
Yeah.
We don't have time to plan this time, so I think we have to hit them fast and we have to hit them hard. Take out the wheels and then grab the stuff and go.
And you suddenly hear Conrad. Hey, Levin, I see a wagon coming this way.
How far?
About 200 meters. It's pretty slow though.
Okay. Mama.
Yeah. Yes.
Can you write a note for me?
Of course, dear.
Let's say like this.
Yeah,
if
she
you
picks
want
up paper.
your stuff back, meet us at the Wolf Cliff 1 week from now.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Signed, the Vanishing Wolf Ghost Gang.
Okay, you should.
Levin's Vanishing Ghost.
Yeah. She just write Levin. But you better read it.
He can't read. There's another thing.
Yeah, so she writes this down. Like,
Thanks.
Okay, what you gonna do now?
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We hit the wagons. We take whatever the fuck they have. We leave the note. And we get out of there. In 2 weeks, we go to Wolf Cliff. And if they're there, we say, we give your stuff back if you get us into the Golden Melon Run. Flawless plan.
Yeah, this sounds very good. It's in Big Mama. Welcome. You hear Carter.
I'm not a good thinker, but I am a good dreamer.
Well, you see Emerald. Well, that is one of the reasons why we following you.
You're making me blush.
You see Conrad climbing down, and he's like, you see him. He pockets a little bit in his pouch and pick out small bombs, probably about the size of a golf ball. The main idea of them is not to actually use on humans or anything like that, but rather it have a very strong corroding effect on actually both tree and metal. And that is the meaning of to use it. It's not very good at other organic materials like flesh and all that, but it is to weaken it. For example, wheels. And you see he has a slingshot he picks out. That is a very strong slingshot. You have seen him taking out wolves with that thing, so it's a very dangerous weapon in right hands. That
straps to the arm.
Yeah. Very strong straps, and you see him. I'm ready when you are.
Okay. How far away is it? Do we have to start moving now?
Yeah, probably best to do.
Okay, let's go. Go.
You see everyone go.
Keep
go
stealthy.
Go pretty low.
You stay in the back. If we run into trouble, you run up. Okay. If I scream rice pudding, you come running and you save us. Okay.
Rice pudding. Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You see, everyone else is pretty agile. At least far more than Merrick ever could be. You're getting quite close. About 50 meters from the road is everything clean cut. The grass is very short, no trees or anything. Well, just to keep it a safe opening. And that is when the hardest part comes to be, because there is clear vision and they can see you when you're getting out of the grass and bushes and all that.
Wait 1 second. Just going to check. I have a spell I probably want to cast.
Okay, roll for it.
All right. I'm going to, while we're down there, I will cast Mirror Image.
So, okay.
Basically, 2, 3 copies of me start forming out around me, and they just move like I do, basically.
Oh.
but it will confuse things. Like,
Yeah, that
so
makes it very
basically-
hard. Yeah?
Yeah, so I create the mirror image, and then when the caravan approaches, I just run out into the road,
Yeah, okay.
and all of them raises their hands with like some magic bullshit going.
Ah,
Like,
okay. Yes.
just for show, more or less, and they're
Oh.
like, "Everybody, hands up and give me your stuff."
Do you need to roll for magic spell?
It depends on the magic. For mirror image, for example, basically just a defensive spell. Like if someone
Okay.
attacks me, there's a chance they hit someone else. And
Ah, okay.
I
Okay,
can't
okay.
really tell which one's the real one.
Yeah.
Maybe if they can roll for it, but
Well, they don't see the difference. You see the wagon stops, and the horse, it's two big, really big ass horses. You recognize that instantly, not only by the horses but the emblems on the horse side,
yeah.
as well the wagon, that it belongs to a certain very, very rich noble. Well, not noble, a merchant, I mean, and
Oh shit!
you
Okay,
see.
I managed to not shit my pants.
Hold it in, hold it
He's
in.
like,
You recognize it belonging to a certain woman that is very known in the merchant guild and one of the highest ranked. And you see the guards. Well, actually, you see two guards sitting on the wagon, and there's probably some behind as well. And you see like they're looking at each other and like start laughing. Oh, what
and
you?
I whistle like,
Yeah, you see the other appeared. You see Conrad shooting one of the slingshots. Actually, one on the man that started. You see instantly started almost making his armor become dust. It's
Oh,
rusting like, and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And
hands up!
and you see they're like, "You don't think you will get away with this?"
Maybe I don't plan to. Now climb up that cart and open it up for me. Be good little boys.
You don't want us to open this up. You see the other car like, no.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Okay. You see, the guard climbs down, picks up a key from his chain, his belt, and opens up. Do you go in there, or do you stand with it?
I mean, I
No.
walk up like a bit and
Yeah.
look inside to see what's inside.
You see suddenly a big ass hand grab your head, literally grabbing your head and lifting you. You can't breathe, like, and then you pulls in, and the door shuts behind, and you hear your gang for a moment, but then everything is dead quiet, and you feel that the grip loosen, and you're sitting probably in a seat in the wagon. And you hear a voice like, "Son, what are you doing about this?" You hear it's a woman's voice, a bit elderly. And when your eyes get used to the rather dim light in there, you
I
recognize...
think he can cast a spell called light, so he like
Ah, okay.
he makes his hat glow a bit.
Oh, sweet moves. Yes, you glow it up and you recognize a woman sitting there. She is about her 50s, very harsh appearance, very high strung, like she is one tough nut to work with. And
Where the fuck is the big guy?
you recognize her also because you see that her left arm is off at the shoulder. There's many stories told about that happened, that she was a former soldier or she sacrificed it to the devil or whatnot. And you do also know her name as Carla Sieve. Carla Sieve is one of the biggest merchants in Goldstein, and that is quite the thing to brag about, considering that she started as a simple orchard of apples. She was selling apples and climbing through the years, and combine that with her very tough mindset. Also, you see her arm that she's wearing a shirt, but you see that arm. The shirt there is a little bit broken, and you realize her muscle seems to be twisted a little bit. So, and there is rumors that she is a very powerful witch of some sort.
Well, he pretends to not notice. Maybe that's like not nice to ladies. So he's like, "Where's the big guy?"
You see her eyes. They're not like trucks, for example, very full of anger and madness. This is more like very tired and like, why are you doing this, brat? Like, she's. So what have you? Why are you here to decide to try to rob my caravan, little boy?
Well, I mean, I am a robber.
Well, that is true.
And
Levin is your name, right?
Horns,
Yeah.
I'm a devil spawn as well. I kind of have to.
Yeah.
Shit, don't I?
You are Levin, right?
Some call me that, but I mean, of course, I have several other areas secret.
Of course.
Yeah.
And you are here now to steal from me?
He takes off his hat since he's in the presence of a lady.
Yeah. So you're here to steal of me?
I was planning to, yes. I mean, of course I was gonna, return it once you agree to my demand, I guess.
What is your plan?
What do you mean? You need my entire plan? It's pretty complicated.
I'm pretty sure I can follow it. I'm just curious.
So you see, okay, listen. You've probably heard of it. It's something called the Golden Melon Run.
Yeah, I heard about it once in a while.
So I was thinking, what if I was in the Golden Melon? I fucking belong in that thing. I'm fast, I'm cool, I'm chaotic. I'm so good at that. But, okay, beside the point. My point was that I was going to rob someone, probably you this time since you were here first, and then I was going to, offer to give your stuff back if you got me into the run.
I see.
But, okay, I will apologize. I guess we're trying to rob you. So if you let me get out and talk my guys into not, beating your guys up, because my guys are
You see she leans back a little bit. For a moment, you do seem to see a little smile on her pretty otherwise hard face, like she's getting her own little idea, like, but what if I could make your plan succeed?
Well,
you probably do know, of course, about the Golden Melon Run.
Of course I do.
Yes, obviously you do. And it is 7 noble houses fighting, and the merchant guild that have one team. And it's so that I'm one of 3 that decide that team. And you have piqued my interest. You were on my list for quite a while.
What? I'm on a list?
Yes, of names of people I've been curious about. Because your name have been talked about quite a bit. Especially since your ability to vanish after a hit.
Well, I'm glad it's my name and not my dad's, but whatever.
No. So, let us see it like this. You help me and this little cause, and you get to be part of the Melon Run. Otherwise, I just will kill you, and you will be another speck in the dust out here in the outbacks.
Okay. Conditions here. 1, you don't do the technical evil overlord thing and kill my friends, but let me live. Yeah?
Yeah.
My friends get to be, cool, and I get to be in the Melon Run?
Yes.
What do I win?
Money. Fame.
I don't care too much about that, but I get to be, right?
What did you say? I cut a little bit.
I get to be in the run, right?
Yes, of course. That is the main idea of it.
Okay, so I don't actually know the rules, but do you get to like the other people like?
Yes. It's the only rule of the Golden Melon rule is there is no one. There is no rules.
Deal!
Yes? You see she stretch out her hand and take yours. Your friends will be spared. You will get to join the Melon Run. You will earn fame and gold as well as your friends. And that will be our deal. You see the door, you see it opens up. On the outside you see the two guards pretty much sitting on everyone, even Marek. And you see them standing like bro faces. Whoa. Yeah. You see one of them like, yeah.
He's like,
yeah, Fiang. And next time I will do it. Okay, Uffe. she lets go. And
is she wearing like a bracelet or a ring? Or...
No, she seemed very actually sparse with things like that.
Damn.
When you look now, when you have a different light source as well, you realize that she has very modest clothing. That she doesn't dress up as the nobles or the very rich. Rather, she seems, if she was in a tavern, you could take her easily for one of the maids or anything in there actually.
Well, he picks up his hat and like,
and you see
she's doing business with you.
And yes, of course, you see she is reaching behind, rather under her seat. He picks out a ring. You will need this to get in to the Goldstein. You see that it's her sigil on it. That very, very few of those exist, and it's pretty much an ID card. And you do know that also it is a bit interesting because it's actually infused. You can feel that vaguely, but it's infused with magic. That it's at when you appear at the Goldstein gates, it will allow you in. If you had taken it by violence or stealing, it would instantly react and close it off. So that she gave it to you,
just like me. Cool.
Yeah, pretty much. And you see she's
comes out of the wagon, by the way.
Yeah, you see she looking out at you. The race starts within 1 month, so you better be there very soon.
Actually, where does it start? In Goldstein?
Yes, it starts in Goldstein.
Oh, okay, cool.
And,
well, I guess I'll see you there, milady.
Yes, that we do. And remember, as long as you are inside the gates and having that ring, everything is on my tab. Remember that.
What about my friends, though? Do they have to have a ring?
No, as long as you vote for them. And of course, all the troubles they do will befall on you as well. So if they don't behave, well, it's on you.
Oh, they're very well behaved.
I don't really care actually, but it's up to you how the gods will deal with it.
Oh, you will, Karen. I promise. By the end of this, we'll all be good friends, and you will have learned something.
I'm pretty sure. Yes, of course. You see she's closing the door, and the guards getting up and untying the others. Like, you see one of them, the guards go past and nudge you a little bit, like, so much for tough sport.
He actually looks serious for a second, like, if any of them have even a bruise, you're not gonna like it.
Oh no. Or you see them like, oh no. They pretty much ignores you and just climb up on the wagon and starting to move again. And you see
dang idiots! You got beaten by 2 knuckleheads and fucking tin cans? What is this? And Marek, did someone yell rice pudding?
No, but someone screamed apple pie and I ran out. I became hungry.
Close enough, I guess.
Yeah. And you see Conrad like sits up. I don't know what happened. That was so weird. But you see Henry, of all there, Henry is the one that looks kind of almost terrified. Like he's shaking.
What's up with you? He goes to help him up.
Yeah, you see him when he's speaking not so loud so the other really hears, like, those two, they were far from humans. They were not from this plane. I don't know what kind of devil magic this woman was using, but she had tamed something awful to her bidding. And that is so cool! Why haven't I been able to do that?
I know. Okay, listen.
Damn it!
Listen, I'm in the game. We're in the Melon Run. If we beat this, we can probably get all our cool secrets and whatever.
Damn, this is so awesome! You see it sound awesome! Everyone else like, I have no idea what's going on. Like, awesome!
Guys, they explains what happened. Like, we're in the run.
Yeah, you see everyone is screaming, clapping your back like, yeah, good work, boss.
This was exactly as I planned it, actually.
Yeah.
I knew.
And we're gonna jump, it's gonna be about half day later, we're seeing, in a different setting, we see this woman, Carla.
Yeah.
She leaving her wagon inside Goldstein. You see the gods that was there, as well the horse, suddenly vanishing. And she walking up to one of these biggest buildings there that's belong to the Merchant Guild. And it's pompous, it's big, it's rich. I mean, they're pretty sure everything is made by marble and gold and silver. And inside of what could be an auditorium where lots of merchants, guild masters and whatnot gathering, is free almost, you can almost call them thrones, or rather big chairs at 3 big tables, and sitting there. The room is now empty though, so it's only 3 people there with Carla. The first one is an dwarf that is not. His skin is almost charcoal black. His hair and beard is gray like steel, and he have a very. You could say that if there was a dark side of business, he would be that. That he is really cruel, and he doesn't give. So he is very keen on, if he promise anything or have a contract with someone, it will be fulfilled no matter what. And that goes for everyone else as well when it comes to him. And his name is Jorish Farbuncle. And many don't see him, but when they do, they do know who he is. And the other one is Baron Chiron, an elderly man that is a little bit of senile. He is very, pretty much, he actually don't really care much about money and profit. He's only that he wants to learn, gather history and legendary stories and artifacts and things like that. And he had built quite a big fortune on it in an odd way. And he is the one that pretty much owns all the libraries in the land. Whew. So he has insane amount of knowledge when needed.
Yeah.
And you see this old man Chiron sitting there like, "Oh, you're finally back, Carla. That was about time." You see Carla sits down at one of the desks and looks at them. "Yes, I found another puzzle piece to our group." You see, she's picking up from her pouch. It looks like the little tent figure of a thief, the stereotypical thief, with cloak and dagger at hand, and puts it on a map that is in the middle of the table. Put it in there. We have the thief. Well, the thief. You see Jorish like, "Oh, and who is this thief?" "You know him. It's Levin." Oh, you hear Chiron, he's laughing like, "Oh, I have heard quite a bit of that young man. A very charismatic little devil, have just told me." Oh, yeah, that is some fine thing, but are you sure that we can trust him?" "I'm pretty sure we can." Jorish is like, "A thief is always a thief. That is the only thing they know. They are born thieves, they die as thieves. Obviously, consider how keen and hard he is on keeping promises. Thieves are mostly not famous for being that. So he has very, very quite a hate towards your kin.
Yeah.
But you see him like... So that is your piece then, Carla? Yes, it is. Damn rules, you all playing, Matt. You see Chiron like, oh, but my good friend Jiro, Joris, you know that this is for the both actually for yeah, he's pretty much just standing.
Stroke in the middle.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, you know, it's both fun, but also the rules we set 50 years ago, because we will each pick one subject at a time for the race. And this is not only about money and glory. There's so much more to it. It's so much politics and... Whew. And you know very well, Yori, you and your guild that is digging deep in underground about the danger that is occurring. That is a very important race. Even if it just seems to be as any other race as the previous 4 years it was before. You see, the dwarf is getting quiet, like, and he's actually showing worries on his face. Anyone that been knowing this guy Yorick knows that he is not afraid of anything, but he is worried. I do know. I'm not sure if this will even work. It is a very risky plan, and I don't like that. It is. But for now, you see, Chiron raises his hand, and the little thief figure rises, and a mirror image of Levin appears. But this is our very first piece. And may gods be with him, or we are all doomed to fail.